All right, as we are coming into the waiting room, I am so excited to be a part of Coffee with Clients today. We were just talking about what an amazing community event this is. We don't have to do it alone. We can learn these amazing habits of health together in community, okay? Because that is truly our goal. We want to make this a lifestyle. So welcome. I'm so glad that you guys are taking time out of your day to learn and to grow and to truly implement these habits of health. We are excited to have you here. I am Joy Hotchkiss. I'm a certified independent Optavia coach. I've been coaching since October of 2021 and just thrilled to be a part of this amazing community. Like many of you, this has transformed my health and my life and given me freedoms that I never thought were possible. So I am delighted to be here, and I'm co-hosting today with my friend Rick Curry. Many of you guys might remember Rick from a few coffee clients ago, where we just had glorious celebrations of our clients, and we're looking forward to just celebrating you today and giving you some tips to help you along your journey. Well, today we are tackling element 12, optimizing your success in reaching a healthy weight. And I don't know about you, but that is our goal. We want to reach and maintain that healthy weight. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to my friend Rick, and he's going to share a little bit more on element 12 and his journey.
Hey, Joy, thanks so much. We're super excited to be here. And Jennifer's jumping in right here. She's going to join me. And so we love Coffee with Clients. Coffee with Clients is one of my favorite things that I look forward to every week. Jennifer and I do, and we just really love it. And it's such an honor to get to co-host with you today. And so look, guys, everybody on here, if you're clients, here's kind of what we talked about before. This is going to be a little bit of business up front and party in the back. So you all need to get ready for involvement in a little bit. And be sure and jump in and get involved in the community. This right here is where really our lives can be changed, relationships are built, and tremendous information is really being given to us. And look, I read a quote, or heard a quote actually, from a friend of mine recently who said that when we are born, we look like our parents, but when we die, we look like our habits. And I'm so glad that we have, with Optavia, the Habits of Health system. Jennifer and I have been coaching now a little over 3 years, and we're super excited about this journey. And I've asked her to join me today as we talk a little bit about element number 12. But just in a moment, Joy's going to be teaching for a few moments on this element. So we just want to give a little bit of an introduction to it. One of the things that I thought earlier, before Jennifer jumps in, is it was not Dr. A who first said, I know the plans that I have for you. But it is something that Dr. A could have said. And one of the things that I've learned through the Habits of Health system, and particularly element 12, is that in order to optimize our success, we really need to master we need to maximize the mastery of the understanding of this element. How do we do that? Well, one of the things I think we need to do is really kind of know the plan. When we know the plan, we'll begin to see the path. Now, Jennifer and I had a lot more weight to lose than Jennifer. I have lost 115 pounds, and she's lost about 15 pounds. But here's the deal, her weight for her body type, her issues, was as significant for you as mine was for me. And so many of you on here never had to wait to lose that I did. Many of your, many do not. But the element is applicable to every single client, no matter where you are, no matter where I was. These are principles that we can implement and absolutely do for a lifetime. So I want Jennifer to take a moment and share with us a little bit about her experience from element number 12.
Well, absolutely. And he actually just told me to share just a couple of minutes on my story. And so I want to do that. I want to say at the outset how thankful that I am for Optavia, how thankful I am to be a part of this amazing community. And it's so great to be able to be on here today, to participate with all of you. And I will say at the outset, the more you lean into community and your own mentorship, the better that you're going to do along the way. We were never designed to do this alone. And we have found that through this company and this community more than anything I think we've ever done before. My husband's life was saved because of this transformational system. When you hear the doctor say that, and you hear that with your own ears, that changes everything. And so maybe some of you are on here today and you have similar stories. I saw him get started and I was thinking, okay, let's see how this is going to do. I was one of those, let's just see how this is going to go. Mm-hmm. And it didn't take me long to realize that I wanted to be fully on board as well. Like he said, I didn't have the amount of weight to lose that he did. And some of you on here are probably like me in that you don't have 100+ pounds to lose, but you've got somewhere in the 15. I've coached people that wanted to lose 10 pounds. We've coached many people. It's not about what we lose, but what we gain through this program. And so for me, my immune system crashed through a long caregiving for my mom. And the doctor literally told me, your immune system has crashed. I was sick with a lot of things. My health was really deteriorating. And I loved what I saw Optavia bringing back to his life and his health. And honestly, I was doing it as well on the sidelines. I was doing the lean and green, right? Because I knew for him to succeed, I needed to understand the program so that I could help him. And in 43 years of marriage, we've learned that we're always better together. So what we do together is always a win. And so I just got fully on board with it. And as a result of that, I was able to really take my health back. I was off of all medications but one. I was a chronic kidney stone producer and passed multiple stones a year. And because of the implementation of this transformational system and losing the 15 pounds that I needed to get off to get my health back on track, I've been able to help many others do the same. And it's simply been amazing. One of my go-tos at the beginning, of course, were the fuelings, and I love them because I am at my desired weight loss, and I continue to use them because I love what they benefit and add to my body. But part of what we're going to be discovering today in Element 12 are some key components in moving forward, where we understand not everybody's on the same phase of the program because your health goals are different. And so I refer to the Habits of Health book a lot, and along with mentorship from our coach to get us to the desired place that I want it to be. So Rick just asked me to come on and share a little bit of my story. And so there it is. I'm so thankful we get to do this together. I'm so glad for what it's done for my health, what it's done for my husband's health. And now we get to partner with many clients to help them see their health being recovered as well.
And Joy, one of my favorite comments in all of the Habits of Health system that's really transformative for me is in Element 12. I think it's actually on page 198 in the Habits of Health system book. But here's the question. Can you eat every 3 hours? Well, my answer was, can I eat every 3 hours? The answer was yes, absolutely I can. And then Dr. A in that book says, if so, you can change your life.
So
wow. So one of the things that we just love about this element is that, it just teaches us how to not just fuel our bodies with the right amount of fuel, but the quality of that fuel and the timing of that fuel. So Joy, we're super excited that you're going to share with us and teach us all more about element number 12. And look, guys, I want you all to listen closely. And at the end of this, we really would love for some of you all to put your hand up and come off if you have a question or comment. We certainly want to hear that. But Joy, teach us about element number 12.
Yes, thank you so much, Rick. Yeah, one of my favorites for sure. We want to optimize our success, okay? You guys have invested in this program. You are ready for life transformation, and we want you to get there. Okay, so in phase one, structure is your best friend. All right. I don't know about you, but I love rules. So for some of you guys, having structure, having rules, it's wonderful. From others of you, then that just makes you want to rebel, right? You give me rules, I want to do the opposite. But I got to tell you that structure in this program leads to freedom. Okay. Prior to program, you may not have realized it, but you were in bondage. You might have thought, I can eat anything I want, but that led to unhealthy weight. You were in bondage to your unhealthy habits. All of those things limited you to what you could do. It affected your mobility, your confidence, your sleep, your energy. So in our program, this structure actually gives you the healthy habits that are going to put you into a healthy fat burn. They're going to increase your metabolism. They're going to protect your muscle mass, naturally suppress your appetite, improve your energy, your sleep, and your confidence. How many of you guys are already experiencing some of those things, right? As you begin to feel better, it's going to build your confidence in this structure. So stay in structure. It's going to build your confidence in your coach. And most importantly, it's going to build the confidence in you to live out these healthy habits. So you're going to be able to enjoy more things. But for right now, timing is everything. So fueling. Why do we do fueling? I hear people all the time saying, well, I just eat whole foods. I don't want to eat any of your processed foods, okay? Those are the same people that are still having Doritos and Oreos, right? A lot of them, I see them having no problem with some processed foods. Our foods are not ultra processed. We talked about this last week. Ultra processed foods are what's bad for you. Those are filled with white flour and super processed refined sugar. They're high glycemic and they are so bad for you. Our fuelings they don't contain any of that. What they are, 100% natural. It's got all your vitamins, your probiotics, your nutrients. They are an easy and a cost-effective way for you to not only get into a fat burn, but stay in a fat burn. We use these fuelings to get you there, okay? This is not for life, right? You need to lean into your coaching for the timing. You're going to add back whole foods when the timing is right for you. We're not going to be in 5-in-1 forever. We sometimes call that the 5-in-1 prison, right? It leads to freedom, but we do transition out of that. So you are going to keep eating 6 times a day for the rest of your life. Like Rick said, are you hungry every 2.5 to 3 hours? Is your body kind of cluing you in that this is the way that you want to eat and that you really need to eat? So we may still use some of those fuelings as an easy to grab, convenient meal when you're short on time, even once you've reached your healthy goal weight. There's some favorites of mine that I am never giving up, especially like that brownie or that pudding before bedtime, right? So there's things that we love and we know we're getting our nutrients, but we're not doing fuelings on the 5-in-1 forever. Okay, so we're going to talk about fruit. I know I love my fruit. You guys love your fruit? Yeah. Fruit is very good for you. It's a wonderful source of nutrients and antioxidants. But you know what? We don't do fruit in phase 1. Why? Because they have a high glycemic index and they deliver that high carbohydrate load. So they're working counterintuitive to the program that we're getting you into. Fruit can take you out of that healthy fat burning mode. This program, the structure that we lean into, actually has turned off our insulin pump, which allows us to get into that healthy fat burn. And so we have to avoid unnecessary carbs. So sorry, no fruit for right now, but that's okay. In the future, fruit's going to be an important part of your healthy lifestyle. In our Habits of Health book, Dr. Anderson talks about it even being a quarter of your plate of a healthy meal. But timing, once again, is everything. You know, the other thing we have to look at is hidden sugars, not just in fruit, but hidden sugar in our everyday items. There's this great checklist on page 234 in your life book, okay? And I'm just going to go over this because some of you guys might have stalled out and you're feeling like, oh, I'm not losing, I'm struggling a little bit. Let's look for some things. Did you know there might be hidden sugars in your toothpaste or your mouthwash? Check it out. How about coffee? What are you guys putting in your coffee? Are you sneaking a little creamer? You still putting a little bit of sugar in there? That's going to kick you out of a fat burn, okay? So check those labels of your creamers and do not be adding any sugar, okay? Or honey. How about your daily drinks? Are you only using ones without sugar? Gum, candy, breath mints? Are you looking at the labels if you're going to partake of those? How about in the evening when you're sitting down? Are we mindful about what we're putting into our mouth? Okay, all of those things can increase our carbs, kick us out of fat burn. Okay, we're going to talk about another biggie, timing of exercise. You know, most people jump on plan and they think, oh, I'm starting on a new diet. I got to exercise and I got to reduce what I'm eating, right? There's a couple things wrong with that. Okay, this is not a diet. I don't know about you, but I've done a lot of diets and I put a lot of weight back on. This is your healthy new lifestyle, okay? So we're not going to do or add exercise in the first 3 weeks of phase 1. Okay, now I'm talking about 5 and 1 particularly. Some of you guys are hardcore gym enthusiasts and you've been exercising and muscle building this whole time. If you were doing that prior to program, your coach probably has you on a different program, right? Where you're adding extra calories to stay in that good fat burn. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the 5 and 1 specifically. Okay, so just like the fruit, adding this exercise back in is all about the timing. We need to optimize your conditions so that you have success. So think about this. Your body is switching over your main fuel source. So I like to kind of equate it with your cheap gas, which, I mean, that's all I put in my tank because that's all I can afford. But cheap gas versus premium gas, okay? So the cheap stuff, the things that we were eating prior to program that were not so nutritious, not so good for us, our body would just burn those off really quick, and then that would be it. We're switching over to the premium source of our energy, okay? We don't want you to just keep burning what you're taking in. Your premium energy lies in your visceral fat, okay? Well, sounds yucky to even say visceral fat, right? But that is what we want to burn. Those are those areas that you haven't been able to get to on previous programs. We want to get in, we want to burn those reserves. And by doing that, your body is going to be using your fat storage as your main source of energy. Okay, so we want to get you to that premium place. Now, after 3 weeks on phase 1, you're going to start feeling better. You're going to want to start maybe moving a bit more. Okay, but we still have to go slow. I don't know about you. I tend to be like all or nothing. I get excited and I want to do it. But if you jump into exercise too quickly, you might find yourself being hypoglycemic, maybe getting a little lightheaded, not feeling well. You could actually be doing yourself more harm than good by burning into your lean muscle. Also, if you get into this state of calorie deficit, your body's going to release cortisol. Cortisol is not our friend. That's what produces belly fat. And also epinephrine, which can slow down your weight loss. That is not our goal, okay? So after about 3 weeks in phase 1, you can start doing some simple things like skip the elevator, take the stairs, right? How about take your dog for a walk? I don't know about yours, but it's been a long, hard winter for my dog and he's ready to get some steps in, okay? So some simple things like that. Maybe you're just going to park further out in the lot when you go to Walmart or Target or wherever you're doing your shopping. Get those extra steps in. Now, when we add back exercise, it is so important to stay connected to your coach and be honest with your coach about how much exercise you are doing, okay? We want to avoid deficit and we also want to avoid compensation. We kind of have this mindset, well, I exercise, I can have a little something extra, right? No. You know, you need to talk to your coach about what you can put in for some extra fuel. It's not going to be those Doritos or those Oreos, right? Okay, so I'm going to go over a checklist. If we still got some time, I think we're doing good on time. I'm going to go over our checklist for success in phase 1. So if you have your life book with me, go ahead and turn to page 243. And these are the basics. Sometimes it's just good to go back to the basics. Sometimes, you guys may have been on the program for a while and you're in a routine. Maybe you're getting a little lazy with some of the basics. Let's get back to the basics. Okay, eat a fueling every 2.5 to 3 hours. Do not skip your meals. Even if you're not hungry. I know my first week, I thought, I'm not hungry. I don't want to get in that 5th fueling. And my coach said, oh, you're going to drink a shake before bed if you can't get anything else in. And it's so important. Your body needs that. Get extra rest. We like to call this space and grace, especially as you're getting into that healthy fat burn. You might be a little extra tired at the beginning. Give yourself that rest. You need to have 8-ounce glasses of water every day. Okay, 64 ounces. That's what your body needs. You can go up to half your body weight in ounces. Here's just some pro tips. Eat slowly. Stay busy. Avoid triggers, some sights and smells and places that might cause you to go off track. Use your support system. Guys, your coaches are here for you. They care for you. They know what this program can do. So if you're feeling tempted, you're about ready to go out on vacation, call them, put a plan in place. Stay connected with your community. That's why it's so important to be engaged with Coffee with Clients. And if you don't, if you don't have a community, get one, okay? Talk with your coach. This is so important to stay plugged in. Limit your caffeine to no more than 3 servings a day. Avoid alcohol. Guys, those 0-calorie seltzers, most people think I can just have one of those. That's not a big deal. Alcohol is sugar and it's going to kick you out of a fat burn. So if you want to have the best results, avoid alcohol during phase 1 for sure. And remember, if you slip up, just get back on track. This is a lovely, forgiving program. Like somebody else said, his mercies are new every morning. This lifestyle is new every morning. Jump back on, give yourself that grace, okay? We want you to stay in that fat burn, but as my coach would say, there's never been a perfect program executed throughout all of history, all right? We're learning, we're growing, we're making this our new lifestyle. So how long you stay in phase 1 really depends on you. It depends on how much weight you have to lose. And you need to stay in contact with your coach, learning about transitioning, adding back the calories when you get to goal weight and adding back that healthy exercise. I also want to end with this, okay? Dr. Anderson says that our goal is to get 1% better every day, okay? We don't have to rush. Timing is everything. Evaluate where you're at, track your progress, lean into your coach. I get a little emotional when I say this, but you are writing a new story and your future self thanks you for the commitment that you are making today. So I'm super proud of you. What an honor to be with you today. Have a blessed day, my friends.